Welcome back to the Weekend Warriors Show Recap Podcast. I'm Ty from the Unemployed Architects. This week I got a couple shows to talk to you about and some other projects I've been kind of working on. So last weekend I played at the Loungeabout the Roundabout over there in Normal. And I actually was supposed to have the Saturday night off, but I got a call that night at that show that said that somebody had canceled over at Destihl, so I got to pick up that show, and that was huge for me. Really, I was pretty bummed about not having a show that Saturday. I got most other Fridays and Saturdays. This was like the one in August that I just could not get filled. Sometimes you book and you at first when there's a wide open month, it's really easy to get dates filled, but as soon as you start closing in on that month, you'll get one or two sometimes that are just in a stalemate kind of. You just cannot get them booked. So, it's probably why you should book pretty far out. I usually book about, I'm in November right now. It's September, so it's about 3 months-ish. But, I still have a couple dates in October that I just, have been trying to fill and haven't been successful quite yet. And, I got stuff all the way in December, really. So, it's just, it's a constant struggle. Never really, but, it feels good once you get those, every once in a while you'll get every date that's a potential to be booked in a month. And that just, feels like you accomplished something great. And, if you work hard, you can definitely have that feeling quite often. But, Loungeabout the Roundabout. This was a rain reschedule. I was supposed to play it back in, I think, July. And, it was kind of weird. It was just there was other stuff. They were setting up for an event they were doing the next night. I think it was actually a weekend event. There was a Saturday, Sunday kind of thing. And so a lot of the roads were blocked off. It's usually one of the best shows of the year. It's usually just nice and easy, but I had a little bit of struggle. I was struggling a little bit. Lo and Doug both performed with me, which was, a lot of fun. And but I had so many technical difficulties throughout the time that I played. I used both my JBLs, a lot to set up too, and I don't know, it just nothing really worked as planned, and it was definitely hot, but once we got rolling, it felt pretty good. It was just getting to that point. I had made all these stickers and magnets, and then I had this new sign stand for the new poster with all our, contact information it's a kind of like a banner / poster type thing. And I worked really hard on getting that all, made up, I guess, in the right way. And I got the stand that was it was broken when I got it, and didn't realize it, I guess. And we got it out there. We couldn't quite get it to work right. And then the poster kept blowing over. And then, it's in a nice frame, like a poster frame, but, I just got it. And I was just hoping to look extra legitimate. I have the stickers and the merch and stickers and magnets. And then I have the posters with all our links and the nice new tip jar that Lo made. And blew over the tip jar, broke it, dumped all the magnets and stickers out that I had made. So I guess that kind of put me off a little bit, but overall the show was great. It was sounded pretty good, and my guitar tone wasn't quite there. I had a pedal cut out within the first 2 songs, which was obviously a little annoying as well, but about a half hour in, I feel like we started to hit a stride, and we sounded pretty good. And then the show Saturday turned out such a last minute kind of ordeal. The band that was booked, I thought it would be too hot, so I guess they knew who to call when a show's gonna be too hard for or uncomfortable. They knew that I would definitely do it. So I was happy to be there, super happy to get the show, and it was really hot. And I got there about probably right at 5:30, played at 7, and I got up until about I had to set up for about 15 till, and I was just like drenched in sweat. Like my whole there was no just wiping the sweat off of like my forehead and not looking like a crazy person, but um I mean there it just was kind of ridiculous. But like once I had my fans going, I had a couple fans blowing at me, and like it really cooled down once the sun kind of got towards the horizon, and it was a good crowd. It was kind of thin at first, but I think as it got nicer, more people kind of stopped out, and it was a great show. It was like my the most fun I've had in a show, maybe in a few weeks or a couple weeks or something like that, and I just felt on, you know. I did the setup like in a good way, and it was loud. I'll say that for me. I don't think it was loud for the audience, but I maybe should have wore like some ear protection or something, because I wanted to be able to hear it, obviously. So I put the speakers pretty close to me, but I also wanted it not to be too quiet. So I I really cranked it. Probably didn't need them to be that close, but anyway, it just felt really good. I tried this new thing where I just put, instead of putting like full volume acoustic in both JBLs, I put like half volume and full volume, and the one closer to me was the half volume one, and I feel like that made it so much easier to sing. So that was like a nice click, I guess, for me. A nice epiphany on that. I did that once on accident at a show I played in Clinton a few weeks back, and I felt like I sounded really good without even trying, pretty much. So, because I mean, in the other JBL, my guitar was pretty cranked, so it's like I could still hear it really well, and I think everybody out in the crowd could as also. But anyway, so it was just a good night. I played straight through. I didn't want any. After the last time I played at Destihl, I didn't want any funny business or monkey business or whatever you want to call it. I got there, I set up, I played like straight through, didn't take a break, and I don't know. It's weird. Sometimes I have like this third thought process. Like I'm playing and singing the songs, and I'm doing the foot percussion, and I'm sometimes I just have this realization in the middle where it's like I can't believe I'm really doing this. Like I can't believe, because there's people staring at me to play the music to entertain them. And lately I've been trying to keep this idea of kind of playing for the audience. I don't know if that really comes out right when I say it. Like keeping the audience in mind, you know. I get sometimes so in my head and so worried about myself that I think it takes away from the show. So lately I've been trying to think like, oh, these people are here. This is how they're spending their weekend night. A little meal, a little live music. They're out here kind of supporting me. And it's been doing, and just like having gratitude for that. And like trying to get into the zone where it's like pure feeling, and it's been going better. I mean, I feel like it's a better headspace to be in, because even if things aren't going like my Friday night show at the Roundabout, things weren't really going my way, like gear wise and stuff, but I had to keep that kind of in the middle of my mind, like these people are here, they're enjoying this, they want to have a good time. I shouldn't get too caught up in that and slow the show down, or slow my thought process down, or get too ISO focused on one specific thing, or I missed a note there, or my solo wasn't great. Just be in the moment, play with feeling, and that's what they're there to see. That's what they're there because they want to feel something, and for them to feel something, you have to feel something. So I don't know. Playing with that in mind has kind of changed the game a little bit. I feel like my worst shows that I play lately are still better than some of my best shows a couple years back. So it's nice to have that like progress. But anyway, what I was saying is, I get this third thought process of, uh, like, I can't believe I'm doing that. Like, I can't believe I'm sitting here playing these songs from start to finish. Like, I don't know, like a professional essentially. Like, and this is really what I'm doing for my living right now. And it almost throws me off sometimes. 'Cause I'm like, I can't believe I'm doing this. And when it's going well, it's like I can't believe I'm doing it this well. So I don't know. It was unique, especially on the Saturday night at Destihl. But it was a great show. It was like really fun, and I was just happy to be there. I was grateful to get the show ultimately. And the weather turned out nice. People were very complimentary. Made some tips. Got some magnets and stickers out. It was just good all around. I can't nothing to complain about at all. No gear malfunctions. I kind of took care of that after the Friday show, and yeah, it was just a blast. And then, so the other thing I was going to talk about a little bit is my new project. I think I mentioned this last time, but Ryan Wolf had been staying with us for a couple weeks, and we were trying to get some recording done, kind of collaborating on an EP together. And I wasn't real like pumped about the progress. We had like one song that was like, 80% done, and we had one that we had done a long time ago that like we didn't really like the audio of, but we still had the session pull like saved, so we could just go back into it, re-record a few things. And then this last week we wrote a whole new song, and which so far it was just two of his songs that he was singing. I mean, they were songs that I helped him write, essentially, but they were still kind of more his songs, and he was singing lead on. And then I had one that he had helped me kind of finish, and which I didn't even know if we were going to get to, but we did. We got to it, and then we wrote a whole new song, and he's going to stay an extra week, and I think we might actually get a 4-track EP done. And we decided that we were going to call ourselves Maybe Another Time. And he it was just something he kept saying. Wolf kept saying when I would ask him if he wanted to do like something specific, like be like, "Hey, you want to come with me to do this?" He'd be like, maybe another time." And then we thought about it for a while, like what should the project be called? And I just thought that was because we had been trying to get together and write and record songs together for a really long time, and it just always turns, maybe we'll get it done another time, or maybe another time. And even this time we were thinking like we would get two tracks done maybe, and then maybe just put them out as singles. But it does, and I mean, we would want to get 10, we'd want to get 10 tracks, but just never enough time with all the stuff we have going on. And but I think we are going to get maybe a solid 4 done. And the one that I sing lead on, we kind of got mostly mixed and mastered last night. And he did a lot of the mixing and mastering. I did a lot of the like recording part, like the tracking. But we've been doing some interesting things too, where I've been playing my cello for a lot of the bass lines and just like picking it like a stand-up bass, which is something I've never done. And we did some interesting percussion on one of the other ones. Just trying some different things, getting a more natural sound. And of course, we're using the iPads. We're not doing any of the clunky like auto tune that they have on there or anything like that. So it's just, it's raw, it's real, and it's lo-fi. Ultimately, it's not gonna, It's not gonna like be an epic like cinematic EP but it's gonna be a cool little project, and I'm pretty excited about it. If we can get this last song recorded, uh, then that EP, and I think we're gonna call it 605 and a half because that's the apartment. That's where I live, and yeah, I'm just really excited about it. Excited to have something new to put out, but I will say it has kind of distracted from some of the other goals I have. But you got to give and take a little bit. If I can get new music out, I think we're gonna shoot for like a late October kind of release. But that's something to be on the lookout for. I'm really excited to how that's all turning out. But yeah, so this coming week's gonna be pretty interesting. Friday night, I played the Hungry Moose, which new place for me, but that one's in Peoria, which Peoria has been super accepting of me lately, which is crazy to me because I tried so hard for so long to get in over there, and then I just like had a couple little spots. It took me probably 3 years to get like two places that would have me, and then I pretty much was like, oh, I'll just hit those places up, not really worry about everything else, and then I don't know what happened, but some of these bars started hitting me up, and I started hitting some other ones up that actually would get back to me, and I don't know, they've just been super supportive and really accepting of me, and it's been really nice. I've always wanted to break into the scene over there. I always feel like there's tons and tons of amazing musicians over there, so to be among them feels really nice. And so I got that show Friday. Saturday we're off, and it's Lowe's birthday's the upcoming week, so it'd be like the next Wednesday, so a week from today actually. So we're going. I booked this show at what it's called, the Bear Island Outdoor Bar, but it's like this resort and indoor water park. So we're gonna go to that on Saturday, and we got like a little Airbnb up in I think it's kind of by, I think where we're staying is like Oglesby, but the actual place is in Utica, which isn't a very far drive. And then I actually have a show, so that's a 2 to 6 on Sunday. This is, we Labor Day weekend, so we have kind of the extra Monday, even though that doesn't really affect me a whole lot. So I don't have a show Saturday, but we're gonna do something fun, and then that show at the resort is 2 to 6, and then I have a show near Pontiac from 9:30 to 11:30 that night. So that day I'm gonna be doing 6 hours of music. It'd be pretty crazy, but it's just great to have stuff lined up and something to look forward to on the 4th. I've never been to an indoor water park. It has like a wave pool. And then I got some cool stuff coming up in September in general. So hopefully we'll get this EP done, and we'll have that to put out. I'm working on it. Got a couple other things cooking. I paid the vinyl fee for the Pandemic Relief record, the actual vinyl that'll be coming out. They said it takes a long time. It might be 8 or 9 months till the actual prints are in, but at least I got it done. I'll have something, and it was not cheap. I can't believe how much I invested in that, but hopefully I'll get some people that are interested in buying it, and I'm really happy and proud to have my brother kind of involved with that. He had a lot of cool ideas, and he designed the whole album art and the indoor, or the little circle in the middle of the vinyl. He designed that as well. But yeah, so that'll be something cool, and then I'll have hopefully this EP and back in the studio the 21st, hoping to get Kevin's bass line for Good Friends, maybe Lowe's backing vocals, and then mostly maybe one more session to mix and master, and that song will be done. So, and that'll be the last one I do in the studio for probably the last the Unemployed Architects album. I got 3 more that I'm gonna probably try to do just rough cuts of with my iPad, essentially. So, and then get them mixed and mastered. So I'll do all the tracking at home, but then I'll mix and master them in the studio. So lots of cool stuff. I've been having a great time. Everything's been working out pretty well. So anyway, that's everything that's been going on. As always, I appreciate anybody who takes the time to listen, and I guess I'm signing off. Have a good one. I'll talk to you next time.